ahead and get this moving. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to our annual breakfast membership meeting. Hope you're all doing well. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order at 8:32 this morning on March 11th. I have a few topics to discuss today from our president's report. I'll try to keep it brief as we have a full agenda today and a lot of fun things. So I want to make sure we leave enough time to go through all of those things. So I did want to let the members know here today that typically we hold our board officer elections during this meeting. We've decided to postpone these officer elections until the next board meeting, just in light of all of the changes over the past year and work being completed on the integration. This timing does align with what took place last year. It was a little bit delayed last year as well due to the pandemic. There are some current and upcoming changes to the board that I would like to share. St. Lawrence University has selected Paul Redfern to be its representative on the chamber board, as there was an opening when Ben became the executive director here for the chamber. So Paul is the vice president for university communications for SLU and will be a great addition to our board. So hopefully you're on, Paul. I can't tell, but welcome.
I am. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for inviting me on.
Absolutely. Looking forward to meeting you. Okay. And another change, or upcoming change, I should say, is we've received a letter of resignation from the board from Dan McGuire. He is retiring from Kinney Drugs as of April 1st and is thus stepping off of our board as of that date. Kinney Drugs will be looking for a replacement, and Dan will let us know when that person is selected. Dan has been an active member on this board. He always volunteers for events. I see him all the time at different places volunteering. And a recent example of that was his support during the open air market event when he was there, certainly volunteering, and he arranged for a donation of masks for that event. He was always forthcoming with sharing opportunities for PPE access during the pandemic as well. So thank you, Dan, for your support, and we wish you all the best in your upcoming retirement. Okay, and then lastly, I do want to just go through, there's been a lot of changes within the chamber staff over this past year that I wanted to share with all the members who may have not heard or have seen. So the chamber had to make some difficult decisions, certainly in 2020, along with many of us here on the phone, by having to reduce staff to protect the viability of the chamber organization during the pandemic. The events and tourism unfortunately, were not the priority last year, as the team's focus was on the COVID response. Because of the shift in priorities, the organization had to unfortunately lay off Joanne and Johnny to protect the sustainability of the chamber's future. If that wasn't challenging enough, I can remember when Brooke notified me, Sparks provided the chamber with a 60-day termination notice at the end of July, as the support that they were providing no longer fit in their core business. So if you didn't know, Sparks supported the IT, HR, and bookkeeping services for the chamber. There was an emergency hire approved in August by the executive board, which resulted in the hiring of Regina Caswell as an office manager to support bookkeeping and the HR service portion. What was good was training was limited, as Regina was the person supporting the chamber at Sparks. So the transition was pretty seamless, and she has been a great addition to the chamber team. And then the chamber has had some changes even to their organization structure in this year so far, in the 3 months, as well, to further position themselves to better support their members in their community. This new structure added the director of tourism position, whereas the executive director would then be able to focus on economic development, membership, and personnel management, while the director of tourism would be able to lead the chamber's tourism goals, including management of grants, etc. This change allows for greater focus on the execution of both the economic development and tourism strategies. Timing of this change was really good as well, to be able to introduce someone prior to any more movement or change regarding the integration that you'll hear later on more about in this agenda. With the change, there was the hiring of the new Executive Director, Ben Dixon, who started on February 1st and has been continuing to drink through that fire hose, but doing a fantastic job. And with that, Brooke transitioned from the Executive Director over to the Tourism Director last month as well, after 6.5 years of serving as the Executive Director at the Chamber, and has done a fantastic job. And the last upcoming change, if that wasn't enough, is that Suzanne Casaday will be retiring on June 30th of this year after many years of service at the Chamber, supporting her local community every day. Regina has been actively cross-training with Sue, and we do not expect any gaps in support at this time. So we wish Sue all of the best for her upcoming retirement as well. I know that was quite a bit there. Is there any questions from anybody with regards to that? Okay, I'll hand it over now for Ben to go over the director's report. Ben, can you hear us?
I'm sorry. You know, we've been doing a lot of Zoom continuously over the last year, and I still managed to forget to unmute myself. It happens to everyone, though. So it's been an interesting year. For the sake of time, Brooke, I'm going to suggest we just shoot past the agenda here. We have put the agenda in the slideshow. I would like to start by thanking the board of directors of the Chamber. You can find them all on our website, of course, slcchamber.org. But we have a remarkable board, and I think it's the work of the board in supporting the staff and making the changes necessary this year that have helped us be able to continue to deliver our mission and in these crazy times, and also reorganize us to be even more effective and of most value to our members going into the future. So congratulations and thanks to the board. Also, my thanks to you for the opportunity that you have given me to serve as the new executive director. It's an honor and a privilege, and I appreciate your faith in me. So thank you very much. Brooke, if I could have the next slide, please. I would also like to thank the staff. Brooke and Regina and Sue have been absolutely phenomenal at helping me learn the ropes as I am in, I think this is business day 29 on the job for me. So they've been absolutely phenomenal and patient with me, and have really helped me learn the ropes, and I appreciate it and extend my thanks to you all. So I'm going to talk about a few recent things that we've been doing in the Chamber in 2021. While we had a full year in 2020 trying to help the business community survive the pandemic, we've been doing some good things here in 2021 as well as we move ahead. So I'm going to share a few of those items as highlights to give you a sense of our activity, and then I'll speak to our priorities for the year ahead. You can advance that, Brooke. So February was our Love Local month. We wanted to put a lot of emphasis on local business, local purchasing, so that we could bring that community wealth to our businesses at a time when they really need it because of the pandemic. So one of the things we did as part of February Love Local was the gift card bonanza, and it was a tremendously successful event. How it worked is we sold gift cards, participating businesses sold gift cards on our e-commerce site, shopstlc.com, which is a shop that we have set up in order to allow members to set up their inventory and set up a shop on one site with all of the other member businesses there, so that there's one cart shopping. It's a one-stop shop for electronic commerce for St. Lawrence County. You should think about, if you do not have a shop on Shop STLC, think about getting one. Anyway, we sold gift cards to participating member businesses. We had 18 businesses total, and the impact was outstanding. Over the course of 10 days, 57 customers bought 141 gift cards from 18 businesses that are chamber members. That was equaled $5,775 in sales. Now, thanks to generous contributions from both NBT Bank and Alcoa, they matched $5,500 worth of those sales, so that the total injection to our businesses in revenue over the course of 10 days was $11,275. Our tremendous thanks to NBT Bank and Alcoa for their contributions to make this program a big success in February. And I know that the businesses appreciated that revenue income, and the purchasers also appreciated it, because this was a great opportunity to demonstrate local pride and the importance and the power of local investment to our businesses. Okay. Another thing we've been doing that's been very busy this past month is our work with the Center for Businesses in Transition. We are the community liaison to the North Country Center for Businesses in Transition, which has been established to help business owners who are looking to transition their business, either through sale or a family transition, or perhaps conversion to an employee ownership model. And we are the St. Lawrence County liaison to that entity. And the thing we did in February on the 24th through the 27th was we held a conference for entrepreneurs that would bring them together and make connections with a good number of businesses that are clients to the center. So it was a matchmaking event, but it also provided numerous sessions on things that the entrepreneurs needed to know about purchasing a business in St. Lawrence, in the North Country, and in our case, St. Lawrence County. It also included a number of sessions on life in the North Country, relocating to the North Country, and some technical things that they needed to learn, such as owner financing, presenting to recruiters, etc. So it was a very successful event. We had 177 people registered, and some great connections were made. And it is important that we continue that work going into the year ahead, as we don't want any doors to close in St. Lawrence County. Another big thing that we're working on right now is the integration. For those who are unfamiliar with this, what we're looking at is the opportunity to merge several of the local community chambers with the St. Lawrence County Chamber to become the St. Lawrence County Greater Chamber Partnership. This would provide a lot of benefits by bringing us all together in unity. It would provide efficiencies. It would enable us all to coordinate our activities and align our activities and get greater reach for our marketing and tourism efforts. So we think this approach makes a lot of sense. We have been working with a consultant on this project. We are currently at the point that the Messina, Ogdensburg, and Canton Chambers of Commerce have approved moving to the resolution phase, where they would actually look at resolutions that were drafted by Nikon attorneys to execute the merger. Where we are at this point is we're performing some due diligence with our CPA firm. Upon completion of that due diligence, we'll move ahead with the resolutions. So this is an important project and a big priority for 2021. And speaking of priorities for 2021, this is wonderful to be able to be with you all today, to be able to share some of my initial thoughts on our priorities going forward. This will not be all inclusive of all those priorities, but it will give you a sense of some of the directions that we hope to take in the year ahead. We will, of course, continue to provide the membership services and tourism services that we always have, but we believe we are structured now and poised to really respond to the current needs of the business community, and we have some good directions that we are excited to pursue. One, of course, is membership is always of the utmost important to us. We hope to increase our membership so that we can provide our support to as many businesses as possible. And we also hope to enhance the value of that membership to those who join the chamber. We're going to, of course, continue to assist St. Lawrence County businesses through the pandemic. We want to continue to provide information on vaccinations and the vaccination clinics, vaccination availability. We want to continue to provide information on relief funding programs that are out there, resources that exist, business assistance programs related to pandemic, and also introduce new ways of doing business. Brooke and I were just discussing yesterday how the pandemic, one of the silver linings of the pandemic is it has helped us identify new ways of doing business that will help even beyond the end of the pandemic. Things like e-commerce, things like curbside pickup. There's just a number of things that we can do and help the businesses through in new ways of doing business that will strengthen us here in the pandemic and beyond. We have many ideas for business development opportunities through webinars and events. And I'm personally very excited to roll those out over the course of the year. I do want to say that I will be hoping to get feedback from the businesses as to, additional trainings and business development opportunities that you think would be of the most value to you so that we can bring that to you. Operations and integration, I of course already spoke to the integration. This is a year where we need to really focus on making our operations as strong as possible during uncertain times and bring that integration to resolution so that we can all come together and be working as one team. Some additional priorities for me coming on, a big area that I was excited to tackle is economic development. We're going to continue to be a full partner to the other economic development entities in the county and across the North Country. And I'm excited to tackle some mutually supportive initiatives as we go forward. Things like local impact investing that will help us channel our local wealth into business development in the county. Resident recruitment, be able to this is a great time for us to recruit business owners, entrepreneurs, workforce, and citizens to our county because this is a great place to live, work, and play. And we can, of course, we have remote working and it's a great place to start a business. We also have workforce needs, and I am hoping some workforce connections initiatives so that our workforce can find good careers while our businesses and companies can meet their workforce needs. So that's another area we'll be delving into. Business transition support, as I mentioned earlier, with the Center for Business and Transition. All of these things are connected to each other and mutually supportive to each other in a very positive way. So I'm excited to undertake all those things. And as I mentioned, we will continue to assess the evolving business needs of our members so that we can provide support accordingly. These are just some of the priorities and goals we have for this year. I'm excited to tackle them as the executive director and with a great team in the office. And one of those great team members, you all know Brooke Rouse very well. She's very excited to be delving deeply into the tourism realm. And so I handed off to Brooke to share a picture of the tourism promotion that we'll be doing in the year ahead.
Thanks, Ben, and good morning, everyone. We are certainly excited to be launching this year with our team and our new structure, and already off to a great start. So I just wanted to share some tourism-related things that we're working on and just give a heads up. Been attending a number of webinars and trainings on what tourism looks like this year, which might be a little bit different, and thought I'd share a couple of trends. So there's an expectation that there will be a large number of people who are 60 years or older traveling this year, who were extra safe and conservative staying at home this past year, but were the first ones to be vaccinated and are anxious to be visiting family especially and getting out. So we're looking at that market very closely. Day trips and drive markets, again, potentially air travel will be limited and people will continue to look at day trips and looking at the drive market. People are looking for independent, small group, and self-guided travel. So we're really trying to build some itineraries around those opportunities, which we have a number of here. And outdoor adventure, as we really saw in this past year, people really, as we said, getting close to nature when they couldn't get close to others. And we anticipate that people will continue to look outside to enjoy each other and their free time. So hopefully everyone's been to visit stlc.com. If you have not, feel free to jump over there. We're just about to switch everything over to spring, summer images as we say goodbye to winter, but a lot of great resources there, calendars, business directories, blogs, and all sorts of things to plan your trip and explore the area. So every year we are contracted as the tourism promotion agent for St. Lawrence County, working in partnership with the county and I Love New York to execute a robust and strategic marketing plan. This year, some of the highlights are engaging with writers and social media influencers to share our story of what we have here, continuing to work on dynamic social media and digital presence. We're now doing more with blogging, and we're getting into spaces like Spotify and some other areas to get our word out. Leveraging our regional partnerships, St. Lawrence County is part of the Adirondack region as well as the Seaway region, which are both state tourism regions. We work in cooperation to pursue various initiatives, whether they're marketing or research. This year in particular, we're contracted with both of those regions to get some really valuable research that we'll be putting out to the public. Increasing engagement on stlctrails.com, which is our interactive trails site, has seen an extreme use this year, which is great to see. Where we should be launching in the next month an interactive a badge earning opportunity. So I just have a couple of photos or a couple images there of what those badges will look like. They're very simple and accessible. We're trying to get both locals and visitors to engage in this site, to get outside and earn those virtual badges. So they're simple ones. And then we'll also be launching the Great 8 Trails Challenge that will have 3 different themes. So stay tuned for that. And then I mentioned a little bit, we're really going to have a greater focus on collecting, analyzing, and sharing data that we're able to collect to inform better marketing as well as business development in the tourism sector. This is just a picture of the STLC Trails site. If you haven't been on there, we have a number of trails and we continue to add them on a weekly basis. So really excited to continue building out that site this year. We also want to make sure that people know and have access to our visitor information. We'll be looking at promoting the visitor center here more as a place where people can get information, either physically walking in or giving us a call to send them information. Finding better opportunities to connect with our tourism partners, hotels, attractions, all lodging, restaurants, those and community partners doing great work in tourism. We have our digital and print new relocation and visitor guide, as well as a number of brochures and other guides coming out. So we'll be distributing those along highways in different areas, and really trying to create packages and itineraries to help people connect the experiences that they can have here so that they'll stay longer, so that they'll come back often, and continue to support the growing tourism industry here. Finally, we're continuing to utilize events to attract and promote visitation, overnight stays, and destination development. We're in the process now that guidelines are coming out about events and things, and events are being put on the schedule to filter those all through the calendar on visitstlc.com, which would allow a visitor to find out what's going on, as well as others in the community who are planning things that they might want to leverage off of events, and ideally for event coordinators to be mindful of what else is going on so that they can either partner or avoid certain dates to maximize the impact of their events. As I mentioned, the Grade 8 Challenge, it's not an event, but in a sense it is, because it creates a specific kind of destination attraction. We'll be providing marketing support to the organizers of events across the county. Right now, we're working with them to help them understand the guidelines so that they can proceed safely and be planning. And also, the important thing that events often bring to mind is the gaps we have in our tourism infrastructure and in our destination. And so we'll be looking very closely at that as events come in. What else do we need to properly host a destination, host a number of people, so that we can continue to grow and, most importantly, provide business development opportunities for people here. This is another one of our sites that we manage, which is fishcap.net. We're loading in all the fishing tournaments that are coming up this summer as well. And there's a tremendous resource here on different types of fish and where you can find them, and guides and things like that. I will pass it either back to Ben, and then he can introduce Lori.
Okay, thank you, Brooke. Next up, Lori Marr would like to share a few comments about an incredibly important survey that's happening in St. Lawrence County right now. And so I will turn it off to Lori Marr, who is with the Development Authority of the North Country. Lori?
Thank you, Ben. Thanks for giving me a minute here to talk about this. The Development Authority has partnered with St. Lawrence County to do a broadband survey and inventory in St. Lawrence County, the goal of which is to clearly identify with data areas of the county that are unserved or underserved by broadband access. So, and our technical people don't like it when I do this, but sometimes I exchange the word broadband for internet. So, it's about internet access. It's about getting people better internet access. So part of the project is we're asking as many residents and businesses in the county to take a brief, it's like 10 questions, it takes like 2-3 minutes, confidential survey about their broadband access and affordability. And even if you have good access at your home, and you're happy with it, we still need to hear from those people too, because part of the survey, when you go to the website, part of the survey is a speed test. And we ask you to click on that, and some magical process identifies the speed at which you receive data at your home or through your device. And that's also a good indicator of whether or not you have adequate access. Some of us, like I thought my access was okay at my home, but then I found out that it's actually very slow. And if I had a child or anybody else there who wanted to be on the computer at the same time, it probably wouldn't work. So we're learning interesting things. We launched this in St. Lawrence County on February 19th. And within the first 2 weeks of having the survey out there, we already had over 1,000 responses. And to me, that's indicative of the sense of urgency that people have in our county around this issue. So where we want the first thing that we want people to do, if at all possible, is to go to stlawrencecountybroadband.com to take the survey. You can take the survey from any device. You can use a phone or a tablet. And if you don't have a computer at home, some people say to me, well, that's kind of dumb. People don't have any access. How are they supposed to take the survey? Well, you can call the county planning office at 315-379-2292. And for those folks, the county planning department is either going to walk them through the survey on the phone and fill in the answers for them, or they can send out a paper survey for people to take. So we're trying to cover all our bases here. But the first push is to try to drive as many people to the website to take the survey as possible. And there's a lot of information when you go to the website. There's some FAQs, and it explains why we're doing it and how we're doing it. The survey for St. Lawrence County will be open through the month of April. We have it open for 12 weeks to give people ample time to do the survey. And at the same time, an on-the-ground inventory is going on where somebody is actually driving every road in the county and noting every coaxial cable, every fiber line, every structure that could hold a cable. And all of that will be mapped. All this information will be mapped in our GIS system. And so it will give us a very clear picture of what is where and what is not. Then the Development Authority is going to work with the county to come up with an action plan to address these needs. And that is, thank you for giving me the time to talk about that. If anybody has any questions or anything about it, you can contact me offline at any time. We're trying to get the word out any way we can. We've done some advertising. I'm trying to reach out to the school districts now to see if they can send it home somehow with the kids. But yeah, I think the county's going to post flyers in their county buses. So any way we can reach people. So please spread it around for your friends and families, your places of work, and encourage as many people to take the survey as possible. Thank you.
So thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
Lori.
Lori. Ben, I just have a quick question
Yes.
for Lori. I mean, obviously this is very important since this morning I was impacted by it with Spectrum being out in my area. So I couldn't even log in. Thankfully, I figured out I could use my hotspot. Woohoo! But question is, which I actually talked with Ben earlier in the week, is would you encourage people to take this survey potentially twice, one at your residence and one at your business?
What we want to hear from the business is we prefer to have a manager or an owner of the business, because we want to know, part of the survey is how you use the internet. So even though, like, I could take it from my Development Authority office as well as my home in Madrid, but the valuable data is from my home in Madrid, because at my place of work, the owner or the manager will hopefully take the survey, one survey to represent the place of work. So like for you, Nadia, hopefully the manager or the boss will do the survey on behalf of the organization.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Any other questions for Lori?
People who have questions could put them in the chat, but I'm also going to suggest Lori add her email to the chat so that people who have questions can follow up with you offline.
Lori, this is Lenore. For larger organizations like ours, we've been promoting it to, we actually sent out an email blast to all of our St. Lawrence County students, faculty, and staff, specifically targeting those in St. Lawrence County. And we'll do that again as a reminder. In terms of our own institution though, would you like our chief information officer to fill out the survey? Is there another way that some of the larger organizations can support this effort? I mean, obviously, we find this very, very important given our focus on online learning. We'd love everybody to have access so that they can learn from home. So however we can support you, we're very happy to do so.
And thank you, Lenore. The best thing, I had great cooperation. All 4 colleges agreed to send it out to their faculty, staff, email lists. If any employers could send it out, would be willing to send it out to their staff, people who live in the county, that would be very helpful. But yeah, just to continue, Lenore, to encourage your faculty and staff to take the survey. And then, yes, a representative of SUNY Canton should also take the survey on behalf of SUNY Canton.
Great. I'll be in touch with our Chief Information Officer. And if there's any other ways we can support this effort, please keep us posted.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate that.
All right. Thank you so much for that discussion, and thanks, Lori, for that important topic. Okay, well, now we want to get off to the recognition awards, some fun things as well. So hand it over to Brooke Rouse to deliver the Chamber Appreciation Award.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be able to be presenting the presentation of these awards. So many of you know and have enjoyed our annual celebration, which typically happens in the fall as a 200+ person event that we held virtually this year. That's an opportunity to recognize our business members. And so at our annual breakfast meeting is really an opportunity for the Chamber staff in particular and the board to identify those who we really appreciate, especially, and maybe others wouldn't know. So it's not so much a nomination process as an opportunity for us to show our sincere appreciation to some really wonderful people and partners. So I will begin today with our Chamber Appreciation Award, which is presented to an organization that has gone above and beyond to ensure the well-being of the Chamber, its mission, and members. Although their efforts are not always seen by members of the public, the board and staff recognize their efforts as being essential to the forward motion of the organization. This year, we are extremely honored to present this award to the St. Lawrence County Public Health Department. A year ago, we quickly formed a partnership with Public Health to ensure accurate, up-to-date information was being communicated to our members and the business community. A year of meetings, constantly changing guidelines, and an effort to be ahead of sourcing resources and information was what was needed to keep calm and keep moving on. As a member of the county's reopening committee, the Chamber saw firsthand the intense situations, ongoing developments, and thoughtful considerations made by the Public Health Department on an ongoing basis. Navigating a ship without an incomplete and fluid map, the pressure, the commitment, the hope that kept us going was only a fraction of what Public Health has championed and continues to lead. I'd like to thank Dr. Dana McGuire and Dr. Andrew Williams and the rest of the St. Lawrence County Public Health Department for all that they've done to help move our county forward during these very difficult times. We recognize that we're not at the end yet, but together we will get there. We offer our continued partnership and extend our sincere recognition of the personal sacrifice each of your team members has also made for the better of the community at large. With our sincere appreciation, we're honored to present the 2021 Chamber Appreciation Award to St. Lawrence County Public Health.
Thanks very much, Brooke. Just good morning, everyone. It's truly been an honor to accept this award on behalf of the department, and it's been quite a challenging year. From our first case in St. Lawrence County to learning the isolation and quarantine process so that we could prevent that next case, to providing and trying to interpret that ongoing and changing guidance so we could start to reopen last spring and into the summer, through standing together this fall and through the winter as our cases and our fatalities continued to rise. And now during the distribution and the administration of the COVID-19 vaccine. I've had the pleasure of working with a host of just very dedicated individuals here in our department, in all of the county departments, and all of our community partners, from healthcare organizations to the businesses, to schools, to colleges, to the religious organizations, and all of the community members at large. The support that our department has received throughout this year has been outstanding. And not only from our partners and the community, but also the county administration, the Board of Legislators, the Board of Health, and to Dr. Williams. With the arrival of the COVID-19 vaccine, we are beginning to see a light at the end of this tunnel. And hopefully the trend that we're seeing with the decrease in cases most recently does continue, and we're able to get back to more like a typical time. But it's my hope, though, that some of the things we've learned through this response, like thinking outside of the box, so we have new ways just to do things, from strengthened, like the relationships strengthened, and some of the new ones we've formed, we can continue to foster those and hope that all of those things grow. Thank you very much for this award.
If we were
Thank
in
you very much.
person, there would be applause and standing ovations. So thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations, very well deserved. Thank you. Now I'll hand it off to Michelle Quinnell-Gale to go over the Chamber of Commerce Day Award. Michelle?
Thanks, Nadia. The 2021 Chamber of Commerce Day Award is presented to a board member who shows a special interest in the well-being of the Chamber and St. Lawrence County as a place to live, work, and play. As the old saying goes, a Chamber of Commerce Day is a very pleasant day with no weather concerns. This board member has a positive attitude and contributes regularly to make our organization and this county as blue-skied and sunny as it can be. We are honored to present this award to Christa Carroll of United Helpers. Christa truly exemplifies this award. In her short time on the board, Christa has become a go-to member for new ideas, support, or feedback. Her positive and sincere perspective is always welcome. Christa always has the Chamber in mind. In the last year, Christa contacted us to see if United Helpers could ship their employee holiday gifts to support Chamber members and local producers, recognizing the importance of every dollar for our members, especially in 2020. Christa was on the Rockstar Welcoming Committee for our open air market at the Power and Equipment Museum, sharing her enthusiastic spirit with every car that entered, easing what could have been an overwhelming experience as we welcome people for our first event during the pandemic in a new location under very unique circumstances. The staff and volunteer crew felt at ease knowing that Christa's shining smile, even under a mask, could set the stage for the guests to have a wonderful experience. On behalf of the board and members of the St. Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce, I would like to thank Christa Carroll for her service to the board, membership, and staff of the Chamber. Congratulations, Christa.
Thank you so much. This award was such a sweet surprise in my life. I said to Ben when he called me, I'm just doing what I signed up to do. So I thought some more about that and thought when I was very young, my mom had taught me the song, Bright in the Corner Where You Are. I don't know if any of you remember it from your childhood days. I actually think of it often, especially when I feel powerless against kind of big problems, huge problems, things that are overwhelming. You always can do what you can do. There's always something. Maybe it feels small to you, but it might be big to someone else. I love being a part of United Helpers. I think that exemplifies that spirit as well. I want to do good things for people. That's just kind of how I'm made. And I think that philosophy has guided nearly every aspect of my life. So I think of the county as our corner, and you all are in this corner with me. And as long as we're able, I hope that we can work together to make our corner brighter, to always do what we can for St. Lawrence County. It just seems like the right thing to do. No one has to twist my arm to volunteer. Nobody has to tell me I should say hi and welcome to every car that waited for 15 minutes to get into that open air market. It's just the right thing to do. So thank you so very much. And let's keep doing good stuff. Thank you.
Congratulations, Christa. Thank you so much. And it's been a pleasure working with you myself too, and in the open air market and other things as well. So definitely very well deserved. Thank you so much. Okay, with all that great stuff, it's kind of hard to now move off recognition awards and go to budget, but that's where we're headed next. So Ben, if you can provide the team an update just on the 2021 budget.
Sure. This is a little difficult to see on your screen probably, but I'm actually really, while this does present our 2021 budget, I'm going to keep it fairly simple and speak more to some of the financial considerations and changes that highlighted our past year into this year as really the takeaway message. You will see our budget for this year is one, and we are conservative in developing our budgets. And of course, this one was developed by Brooke before I got on board. And so thank you, Brooke, for your great planning in this regard. It is an undertaking. You will see that we have income. What reflects here is events, health insurance program, membership, our operations, and tourism revenues and expenses, and that our total income is projected to be about $440,000. Our total expenses are projected to be around $438,000, bringing us to a net income of $1949 on the year. So we obviously operate on a lean budget to be able to deliver the large volume of activity that we engage in all year long. And so it's yet another time that I'd like to thank our members and our leadership circle and everyone else who supports us throughout the year so that we can continue to function. I should note that it looks on this budget like we're not spending as much on tourism as we are, and that is because we have not yet received any state allocations for tourism, and that will significantly increase the picture of what we are spending on tourism. And it will be a busy year for tourism, especially with Brooke championing that issue. Speaking to some of the financial aspects, obviously 2020 presented financial challenges that ultimately resulted in a reduction in income of 28% compared to what we had budgeted, for a total loss of approximately $196,000. So in turn, the staff and the board had to make some very challenging decisions to ensure the financial well-being of the organization, to ensure that we would be viable and be able to be here to support our members and stakeholders. Fortunately, we were able to reduce expenses by approximately $261,000, a 39% reduction to our budget expenses. So the final decisions we made in 2021 in response to our changing operations puts us in a position to rebuild and get back to several important projects in 2021. Obviously, as I mentioned, the ongoing support of our members, the leadership circle, and other partners was absolutely critical to our success in being available and proactive about helping businesses over the past year without skipping a beat. We look forward to continuing that role going forward. I think we are well positioned to do that now. The county has continued its commitment to providing an allocation of occupancy tax to the chamber, which allows us to leverage local funds with state and other grant opportunities, plan longer term, and make a greater impact in developing the tourism economy here. So hats off to the county for their continuing absolutely critical support. Our membership has also continued to remain strong, and as you'll see later in our membership report what I mean. As federal funds became available to 501c6 organizations this year, we quickly applied to those and have been able to access both the PPP and the EIDL programs to help us remain strong through these times. We still don't know what's ahead, but I think we are positioned for growth where we are needed. So with that, I will conclude our budget presentation, having spoken to what I think are the real takeaways.
Okay, thanks, Ben. So I'll look to recognize the Leadership Circle members. So members of the St. Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce Leadership Circle are major investors in the Chamber. Leadership Circle members demonstrate their commitment to the growing jobs, promoting business success, and making St. Lawrence County a great place to live, study, work, play, and raise all of our families. The Leadership Circle members also help keep the Chamber strong and working on issues at the local, the state, and federal level that affect businesses' bottom lines. It is with the support of the Leadership Circle that we can deliver our business development programs, commerce producing events, networking opportunities, and so much more. We cannot begin to express our full appreciation to the Leadership Circle, and I'd like to go through the current members. So the current members are as follows: platinum members, so thank you very much to Alcoa, the ARC Jefferson St. Lawrence Health System, St. Lawrence University, and United Helpers. I'd like to thank our gold leaders, Clarkson University, SUNY Canton, and SUNY Potsdam. And then if you want to, I don't know if you have another slide to go through silver members, the Best Western University Inn, Community Bank, NA, Convoy, McKay, Bachman and Kendall, LLP, Kinney Drugs, Inc., NBT Bank, Northern Insuring Agency, Inc., Potsdam Specialty Paper, Inc., and those are your top members there. So thank you very much to all of the Leadership Circle members. We greatly appreciate your support. And to those who are interested in joining this Leadership Circle, please contact the Chamber office. So thank you again, and we'll go over now to Sue to present the new members.
I don't know if we
Do we have the slide?
Brooke, are you having technical problems? If you want to make me co-host, I can assist. There we go.
There we go.
Thanks.
Thanks, Brooke. This will be probably my last time in presenting the new members to you, as this will be the last annual breakfast I will be attending because of my retirement. So I am proud to announce that we have these new members that have come in since the last board meeting last month. Oxshire Creamery in Rensselaer Falls, Thompson's Diesel Works in Waddington, Grass River Family Dental here in Canton, and Indian Creek Nature Center between here and Rensselaer Falls.
Wonderful. So I do know, I just wanted a little tidbit, there's 27 new members that have come through since March of 2020, and 14 of those new members within this year alone. So a lot of great work by the team. So thank you for that. So with that, I need to just have a vote. So I'm looking to see if I can get a motion to accept these 4 new members.
So moved.
Thank you, Paul.
Second.
Do I have a?
I'll second.
Oh, sorry.
Maggie McKenna.
Oh, hi, Maggie. Thank you, Maggie. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed or any abstentions? Okay, that's so moved. Thank you very much. Okay. So everybody, we have a little surprise here coming. So if Sue can take herself off mute, so everybody can.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. It is more than a surprise.
We plotted this, Sue.
Thank you, all of you. It's more than I ever thought of.
I have the honor of recognizing Suzanne Casaday right now. I think it's appropriate that we planned this the way we did, to have Sue read off the new members this afternoon, or this morning, excuse me, because for 20 years, pretty much every board meeting, she's done that. And I got to say, it's always been one of my favorite parts. I always, of the board meetings, I always love accepting the new members. So Paul, it's also appropriate that you taking my seat on the board made the motion, because that's what I usually did. It's amazing and maybe a little difficult to present, to recognize Sue today, because she's been here for 20 years and she's been a rock. We're so thrilled to surprise you today, Sue. I'm glad to see that we were successful. And we're pleased to recognize you for your years of service to the St. Lawrence County Chamber and its members and the greater community. We are all too quickly approaching your retirement at the end of June, and so we wanted to make sure we surprised you today.
Thank you all so very
for
much.
everyone in the event here, I'll tell you that Sue started working for the chamber in April of 2001. She was brought in as the health insurance administrator, and she's been doing that over the past 20 years. But she's been doing a heck of a lot more than that. She has played so many roles that I can't even explain it. And I know, because I've been on the board for most of that time. She is always chipping in. She's always stepping up for whatever is needed, from office assistant to gift shop manager to administering the St. Lawrence Leadership Institute to decorating the windows, event admission, everything. Most of our board members have had an opportunity to sit at the table at the front of the event, of all our events, and stamp hands and take money with Sue, and that's always a pleasure. As is the case in chamber work, she wears lots of hats. A lot of people in the office refer to her as Mama Hen, though I don't. But but we just really appreciate all the day-to-day support and assistance, and your key role as organizer of all documents and information in the office. Trust me, we really appreciate that you are so organized. Sue is really known for being so organized and helping to get us organized. And she brings this great military background to the office to help provide that organization, keep us in line, always reminding us of, things we may have missed. We can always depend on you, Sue. We always have. Your willingness to learn whatever is needed has been so important to our team over the years, through both the good times and the challenging times. And we thank you for your loyalty, your dedication, your commitment to the team, to the mission of the chamber and the well-being of the county. We're going to miss you, but I know that Sue is very excited to go see her grandchildren in Florida. When she talks about her, if you talk about grandkids with Sue, she will light up. Let me tell you, she lights up like a bright light. So Sue, we wish you many wonderful sunny days with your family and your grandkids in Florida. And thank you for all you have done for us.
Thank you to all of you for this. I really appreciate it. I'm going to miss all of you. I'm going to miss the work, but I'm going to enjoy not only my grandchildren, but my soon to be 8 great grandchildren, and spend some time with them that I have not been able to over the last 20 years. So thank you so much. This has been a wonderful job. I've enjoyed every single minute of it, good times and bad. And I just thank you all very much.
congratulations again, Sue. I think, Ben, I think there's some of us that do not have dry eyes in our places. So me being one of them. So thank you, Sue, for everything that you've done for the chamber over the years. Okay, well, we are at time. So congratulations to all the award recipients. Make sure, as a PSA, make sure that you turn your clocks forward this weekend. I forgot about that. I was reminded this morning. With that, if there isn't anything else, I really want to say thank you for everybody joining us today, and have a wonderful day and enjoy this warm weather that we're having. It's wonderful outside. Ben, before I adjourn, did you have anything else?
Well, we're just running a few slides here to send us on our way, showing that we have gotten 27 new members in the past year. And they are reflected here. And I think it's an indication that we are continuing to do the important work, that we have a particularly important work to do here in 2021 during this pandemic to help you all. My closing comment is this: our door is open at 101 Main Street. Our phones, we have 4 dedicated staff people ready to take that phone, and that number is 315-386-4000. Call that number anytime. The chamber is ready to hear from you and to help you. So thank you all, and thank you for the opportunity to be executive director of this wonderful organization.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. So we'll consider this meeting adjourned.
Thanks, everybody.